Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Noobs R Us rookie series. This is round 4 here at Zolder tonight. I'm your host, Jeremy Cubbage. My co-host tonight, Will Figgins.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Will. Will is under the weather, so I'm going to do probably the majority of talking, unless he sees something crazy and he's yelling, and then we'll move over and he'll take over. But he'll be co-hosting. We'll be watching some people. Right now we're in Am Split. This is Am's. We get some off tracks already. This is their first race of the evening. I'll go ahead and put some information up on screen for you so you can see. We've got how many drivers? 25 drivers in tonight's race, the Am Split. So we're gonna see a lot of close racing. 23, you said? Okay. We're going to see a lot of close racing this evening. Right now, the drivers are just going out to their out lap for their qualifying. So I think the first person out on track is Johnson. Nope, that is not the first person. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm seeing some people. Yeah, so it is Johnson. I was correct. Johnson's the first person out on track. He's coming around the last couple of corners, and he will be getting ready to start his hot lap. With that said, I need to open up a track map because I don't have that anywhere. Let me do that really quick. I can see my track names, or turn names. We'll shut off the music once the race starts, but for now, leave it as is. Question for you, Mr. Will. The last couple of races, like with Tony and I think with Andrew that I did, we did the grid walk down. The person that wasn't controlling the camera was reading off names. Are you willing to do that, or you're still kind of cruddy?
I might get it completely wrong, but I'll see if I'm up for it.
Okay, all you do is read off the names in order, and I will go down the grid and look at their cars. So
Perfect. I can do that.
all right, well, that's the way we'll do it. All right, so right now we got Johnson out on track. He's coming through the first. Where are we at? The last chicane here, it actually looks like second to last, middle of the track. I don't know what time he's on for because I don't have any relative right now. He'll be the first one across and do a valid lap, hopefully. It looks like he's on a valid lap. He's in that black Aston that I have no livery for. It was unfortunate. I think that's a me problem and not a him problem, but we'll look into that. I did see some cars spinning and stuff. I do see some yellow flags, or at least a driver in the pits with a yellow flag. Doesn't mean he has one. Johnson has crossed the line. No time set for him. Oh, there it is, 1:30.9. This is already faster than the times I was doing, practicing in the pro split. So you see him in second, and Pittman just put down a time as well in that Lamborghini at 1:29.3. So extremely rapid, especially for AM drivers. I don't know how much longer they'll be sitting in AM. With that said, you can see Aiden Pohl up there in second place now. He just put down a 1:29.6. Some really fast drivers ready. Go ahead.
A little bit further down the grid, there was actually some contact during the qualifying lap.
Really?
Between car 64, which is Anthony Jackson, and car 94, Rush Elliott. They made some contact, I believe, through turn 4.
Okay, well, Rush is jumping out on track, and Jackson is sitting in the pits, unfortunately. So I wonder if he just said, you know what, never mind. Let's see who we got coming down. 582. Landry. Take a look. Why was I looking at him? Okay, because he's getting ready to cross the line, I believe. Nope, unfortunately, he's on an out lap, so we won't see a time for him. Take a look-see here. Why am I looking at this statistic? Qualifying last. Here we go. Now I can see the delta properly. So Pittman. I'm going to go ahead and put up the time so you guys can kind of see what we're looking at here. Pittman already done a 29.3. Aiden Pohl right behind 29.6. Once again, extremely rapid for a rookie series. The third place driver, Landry, we were just talking about 30.147. Extremely fast. All of these drivers in the top 10 are fast. Let me rephrase that. Top 7, because I was slow in 8th place. So, yeah, we got a lot of really quick drivers. So I'm gonna get that back off screen for you. We're gonna watch. Let's look at Tonkin here. He's up 0.8 on his time. He's done a 1:30.252, and he's almost up a whole second on that. So if he's able to keep his time up, he could very well move right into first place. Watching as Tonkin comes around. I don't know how to say this corner name. You want me to try to say it? It's just one thing. Boulderberg Harspelbacht. That's the corner name.
That sounds German.
It is Germanic, at least. I don't know if he's on an invalid lap or not, but Tonkin is up 1.2 seconds. So let's see if that counted.
I believe that was an
invalid
lap
129 flat. That is crazy. So hopefully he can put down a valid lap. We'll come back to him shortly. We're going to look at Glenn Jacobs. He's actually done a lap slowly at 142.2, but he's already up a second coming down the first back straight into the first chicane here. A GT Academy car. Glenn has improved so much this season from the Pro-Ams and last season. He's become so much safer and more competent on track. He's already up 2 seconds, so he's in the 40s now. See if he can bring it down into the 35s or quicker. Got a good run on the exit as he goes into turn 8. Already up 3 seconds.
Wow. Big improvement from him.
Absolutely. He's got one more chicane. The big chicane. And if he can keep his time up, he's already up 5 seconds, 6 seconds. That must have been where he lost his time on his first lap. 7 seconds.
He must have been sandbagging on that first lap.
Yeah, let's see what this puts him into. From 18th up into 15th.
15th.
With a 134.392, Mr. Jacobs. We're going to jump back up to Poe as he jumps over the chicane. It's the first chicane. It's called a Klein chicane, I guess. Who would have thought? So he's up 0.6.
Gaining even more time through there.
He lost his time in the second
it.
chicane. That's extremely unfortunate for him. We'll come back to him in a little while, I think. We'll let him do his thing. I want to look at Lizzie really quick. She's up a whole second on her time. I can't tell if this is an invalid lap or an out lap, but I think this is a valid lap, hot lap, just looking at time. But she's up 2 seconds, so she'll be doing 32s. She was doing 31s. Now, for reference, you guys, me in the Porsche, I'm doing 131s. So if she was doing that during practice, me and her are on par right now. So you can either say that she's extremely fast or I'm extremely slow. But I think it's a mixture of both. Lizzie has been making great improvements this season, as she does almost every season. So excited to see how she does tonight. She's up 2 seconds, like I said. We'll see what happens. She comes around turn 8. There's just some cars off to the side of stuff up there. That's unfortunate. There's a car off track up there to the left. Doing some lawn mowing. That's car 221. That's Sean Bramer. He's one of the new drivers of the series. Actually, a personal friend of mine. 1.7 seconds up for Lizzie. She's about to cross the line. Bring her from 18th up into 16th, right behind C. Wells. As we're saying that, we're seeing Mr. Hudson up almost a whole second on his time. Actually, you know what? We'll come back to him because it looks like he has a bad valid lap. Take a look at Coleman Lai in that 666 Ferrari. I really like this color combination, this dark blue and this light green. I think that's really nice. Now Coleman is up 0.7 seconds. His last time was a 130.6, so if he can keep this time up, he could be in the 129s. which will put him up in the top 6 probably. See what happens. Oh, he lost all his time on the last corner. That is so unfortunate. Mr. Lai. We'll keep an eye on you, sir. Now, as he drives off track, I want to look at Cortez, because he was off track just a moment ago. I don't see any damage on him. I wonder if he just spun out. Looks like he's doing okay.
Looks like he's doing fine. Eric Marrero coming into the final chicane here. He's a second up on his time right now. Gonna get himself into the 129s, it looks like.
Really? 129 point. That puts him in 5th place. 129.850, you guys. That is extremely rapid. Now, these top 5 drivers are all within a second of each other. So, I know this is a rookie series, but all of these drivers are extremely rapid and competent. So, hopefully we can see some good racing between all 3 of them. This is just the rookie side of it, Jake. We're going to do the pro split next race. So, this is a 30-minute sprint for these guys. Now, Jake, I know you haven't been here often. What we do is we run 2 races simultaneously. The pros are running their own race right now, their own qualifying. They're going to run that race, and then they do a second race, and we switch over and we broadcast their second race. Let's see, Gerber's up a half a second on his time. This will put him in 31s, but it likely won't be enough. I said that, 129.950. He just made up a lot of time there, up into 6th place.
There we go. While you were talking about that, Hudson had crossed the line and made up quite a few positions. I believe 4 positions there, and he's still going quicker.
He is up 0.4 seconds just around the first couple of corners. Am I looking at the wrong place? 204. Where am I at? Yeah.
That's him.
Good. Up 0.4 seconds still. Mike Cook was up on his time, but he's losing it. Landry is up a half a second. And he lost it. Unfortunate for Landry. Metcalf up a half a second. See what he does is he crosses the line half a second up. Brings him up into 14th place. Great job, Mr. Metcalf. Eric is becoming a fairly competent driver as well. He raced with Darren Thomas during the Pro-Ams series that we had. And you can see how much he's learned from Darren, improving on those times. Austin Gerber, that number 11 GT Racing Academy car, up 0.3 seconds. It's coming into the final chicane. He can make any extra time up. 0.3 seconds will move him up quite a bit of places too. Maybe 2 or 3. See. Up into 6th place for Mr. Gerber. You work too much. You just drive other races, Jake. Didn't have time. Your appointment's 3 hours later than you. Well, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for joining. Oh my goodness, we're seeing a sign taken out. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. We're gonna jump down and look at Almeida, because he was up 6/10. Where is he? My camera is not looking at him. All right.
He's currently about to go into the last chicane, 4/10 up.
4/10 up. He's done a 37 is what I'm showing. That was his last. That wasn't his best. So let me move this over to best, because somehow it got switched off of that. He lost a lot of time, so he doesn't gain any positions, but he did make an improvement of 0.2 seconds. Figueroa down to 34.922, but he's up on that time. So if he improves, he may move up a position as well. He's up a half a second. We go into the second chicane. I'm hoping to see no bonks during these chicanes. I did say everybody should go single file. We'll see if they heed that warning.
They
didn't heed anything
really,
in Monza, so who knows?
Really hopeful wish right there.
Right. Monza only had the 1 chicane, and we saw lots of killing and death there. So Figueroa is still up half a second. He lost a little bit and gained it back. He goes around turn 8, going down the back straight into the final chicane. Gaining a little bit of time on his way in. Up a lot of time on his way in. Losing a little bit on the way out. He is going to have an improvement, but it's not going to be enough. to move up a position. He's going to stay where he's at, 134.6. We're seeing some improvement from Mike Cook now. About 0.3 seconds on his time and through the second chicane. Up a half a second, actually. He's making some rapid movements. I'm going to change this to basic so you guys can see his relative up at top. You guys to be able to see that and see the time that he's gaining and losing as well. So his best lap time is 130.355. This will put him in the 29s. Mike Cook, another one of those drivers who's made a lot of improvement this season. And I think it's because he's been working with GT Racing Academy. Yep, you see them on there too. They're doing a great job over there, improving their drivers. He's up 0.67 seconds. Moves him up into 6th place. What a jump right there. Congrats, Mike. Hopefully you can hold that for the rest of qualifying. I want to look at Tonkin. Tonkin is a very fast driver, and during practice, he was up at the top doing 29s. So I'm surprised that he's not doing that right now. His fastest is a 30.252. You cannot join the second race, Jake. I'm sorry. You'd have to sign up through SimGrid just like you would anywhere else. I apologize.
Oof.
Tonkin's still not making much of an improvement. Only 0.1 seconds up and off track. We'll come back and watch him. And actually, you know what? We'll just continue to watch him. Everybody else out on track right now is down on their time or in the pits.
Oh.
Okay, Tonkin's going to hang out by the barrier. I want to take a look at Bramer. Now, Sean Bramer is a personal friend of mine. He just joined our league yesterday. Actually joined the league today. He joined the community yesterday. And I was in the military with him, so it's good to see him doing some racing. He used to cheer me on back in my iRacing days whenever I streamed that, so it's kind of cool being able to watch him out on track going extremely wide into turn 1, or sorry, turn 2 and 3. Got some cars behind him. He's just trying to give up the position, the track position too. He doesn't want to hold them up. So last night before the race. Yep, same everything. All right, sorry, Darren. I don't really quite understand what you're saying. Yes, last night we did a. Oh, I understand what you're saying. We did a practice race, which was extremely fun. All we did was in the practice server, we switched it over to race. And there were only 11 of us at the start. And by the time we got to our second race, it was only 15 minutes long. By the time we got there, we had 20 drivers that just joined in and we were all racing. So that was awesome. Hello, Lizzie. Should be nearly the same, yes. All right, looking at Elliott, up 0.6 on his time. 0.6. That'll put him up in, what, 2nd place?
I believe so.
0.8 now.
Wow, getting a lot of time.
Elliott's going to be one to watch, I think, for this race.
This might put him on pole if he can navigate the couple cars ahead of him. Hopefully nothing goes wrong there.
Watch, he's gaining some time. He's going to lose it a little bit. Yep, losing a little bit.
Bit of a slide.
This is going to put him up. Elliott crossing the line into 2nd place, 28.650. These times are like just a second off of esports times, you guys. And this is our rookie split. So now these drivers are rookies. I'm going to put quotations on that. They may not be by next week is what I'm getting at. They may graduate. We got a couple drivers still out. Another minute left in qualifying. Haven't looked at Kwok yet. Kwok's goal for the next couple of races is to be safe. Now, fast and safe don't really go hand in hand. However, he is at 30 seconds, I believe, in penalties, and he doesn't want to go above that. We'll see how he does. Hudson has moved up into 15th. 31.0 is his fastest, but he's up 0.3 on that, as you see there on the screen. Coming through the last couple corners. Going into the final chicane. Up a half a second into the chicane. He's going to lose a little bit on the way out. It's just the nature of that corner. But is it enough to move him up? From 15th. He's not moving up. That's unfortunate. Marrero up 0.6. As he crosses the line. No, I'm at the wrong corner. Going through the final chicane now. Gaining extra time. 0.6, 0.7. Can it be 8? Moves up into 4th place. Way to go, Marrero. That is awesome. I did answer your question, Jake. You cannot join the second race. You would have to sign up through SimGrid to do that. Oh, I'm sorry. Pittman coming through. Last chicane as well. Not going to make up any time. Hudson, still out on track. Number 204 going through the second chicane. Now qualifying is officially over. The drivers that still out on track can finish their hot lap. Now car 113, Pittman. Yeah, he's complete. I think he might just be trying to do a practice lap, but let's see what happens. We're not going to boo you, Jaden. We don't do that. If I was driving, though, we'd boo me. Hudson's still improving on his time a little bit into the final corner, losing all the time he's gained for that entire thing. Trying to gain a little bit more on the way out. Up 0.3. This is going to move him up from 15th place into 13th. All right, let's go ahead and get into our grid walk down, shall we?
Yes, let's.
Okay, let's go up here to the last driver. Hit F7 on him. That way, the last one to move would be that one, right? All right. Whenever you are ready, Will, I am ready to drive down the grid.
All right, well, sitting on pole for this first race here. In the rookies, we have Aiden Pole, followed up closely behind by Rush Elliott. In third, we have Steve Poe. Then Eric Marrero right behind him. Aiden Pittman in the Lamborghini sitting in 5th place.
I like that Lamborghini. That's a pretty one.
It is. Landry in 6th. Mike Cook in 7th place. You have Carson Kwok in 8th. Austin Gerber in 9th in the Ferrari. Then we have Joey Johnston, apologies, in the Aston Martin there in 10th place. Following him is Nick Sorrentino in the Mustang.
Which is not on track.
Oh, I see. But
weird.
I guess in the pits then.
Yep.
Simon Tonkin in 12th place. We have Caden Hudson in the Porsche in 13th. Common Lai in 14th. A lot of Ferraris on grid today, I'm seeing. Joshua Almeida in 15th. Mike Cortez in 16th position. We have Eric Metcalf in another Aston, 17th. GW Wells in the McLaren, sitting in 18th position. Then our very own Lizzie Alicea in 19th. We have Glenn Jacobs sitting currently in 20th position in the Mercedes. Figueroa Sr. in 21st. We have Mason McDonald in 22nd. And rounding us out, we have Sean Bramer and Anthony Jackson in 24th and 25th, respectively.
Well, who's this guy then?
Who's which guy?
Car 46? The Skechers car.
46.
46. 64.
Yes, that would indeed be 64. That would be Anthony Jackson.
All right. That will round out our entire rookies grid. I'm going to turn off the music. And I don't think I have the proper calendar. So let me make sure I do, and then we will go over calendar things. July, August. Maybe I do have the proper calendar. Look at me. I don't think that was a me thing. I think that was you that did that. But let's take a look. All right, as you can see, we are 6th of August here at Circuit Zolder, the GT3 Rookies Race 4. On Thursday, we will have the open race. And Will, are you going to be streaming that one? Do you know?
Hopefully, I will.
We'll try and get that stream up as well. And maybe Tony Danzig will be joining him in the booth for that one. Next week, we got Circuit Zandvoort, which will be similar to this with the 2 sprint races. And then the finale, you'll see that the Nürburgring GP for the rookies. They will have a 90-minute race with a pit stop. And then the open drivers will have a, I think, almost like 2-hour race or something at Nürburgring 24. That may change because the open series had like 10 drivers last week. Although that was a really fun race. Was it open that's short on drivers? I can't remember. Either way, watching the races and hearing about them is fun, and they end up being safer that way. We do have Sunday races that are not on this calendar, and that's our Ford versus Ferrari. That's the one that we're short on drivers for. So if you guys want to sign up, anybody want to drive a Ford or a Ferrari, please let me know, and I'll get you guys added to that. Sunday afternoons usually. Get back out on track. These cars come around on their formation lap. They're coming down the back part of the track. I guess this is considered Butte Corner, turn 6, apparently. Anyways, I'm gonna hand it off quickly to Will as I grab a drink. Do some chatting with the chat. Lizzie, let's go noobs.
Yeah, let's go noobs. Let's go. So we did do the grid walk a moment ago, so you guys know the lineup here, but looks like Nick Sorrentino, who was supposed to start in P7, is actually going to be starting from the pits. Not sure what happened there, but he will not be included in this rolling start. We follow Aiden Pole down the back straight, or I guess half of the front straight here. I'm not sure what you'd call this really. They are about to go 2x2.
I have rejoined. I didn't grab a drink like I thought I was going to. Make sure everybody watching hydrate, please. Hydrate.
Yes.
I ended up grabbing Pringles instead.
That is the worst decision.
I don't know what to tell you. This is what I grabbed.
I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna hydrate, and then Pringles.
All right. You race with the gap. Good. Got it. All right. We are about to be green.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Here at Zolder. 2x2. Into turn 1, I'm going to start moving through the drivers here so we can watch, see if there's any sort of bonking going on. Nice and safe so far from our rookie drivers. Great job from everybody. Turn 1. Look great. Some cars up, off. You can see those guys off back there. That's unfortunate. I'm not going to be able to catch that. Who's that, 582? Landry? Nope, it wasn't. That's 528. There's too many similar cars. Looking back up at the front. All those cars coming down the back straight.
Looks like that incident was between Eric Metcalf and Mason McDonald there.
Sure, unfortunate. It doesn't look like they're too far behind, so they will have time to catch up, especially on this first outlap here.
Mm-hmm. I was saying while you were gone, it looks like Sorrentino missed the start of the race.
Oh, okay.
And doesn't seem to be doing anything while he's in the pits either.
I wonder if he had an outage or something.
Possibly. 221.
That's
had
Kramer.
a little bit of a incident there.
Looks like he's got a little bit of damage to the front of his car. But now he is in the race with the other two that got into an accident, so we'll see what happens there. Got some drivers moving around, it looks like. Marrero has gone down into 7th. Gerber and Kwok have moved up. Marrero's now down in 8th, actually.
The front 3 cars have pulled away from the rest of the pack already. A 4-second gap between 3rd and 4th place.
Wow, look at that gap on track. That is wild. Pittman's going to try and hold off the whole train behind him. They go into turn 2 and 3 here. No side-by-side action going on. We got Tonkin and Lai just switched positions here. Lai's trying to climb up that track there. Moving up to Marrero again. Like I said, Marrero went down in positions, but it looks like he's right on the heels of Mike Cook. He's going for on the inside. Into the chicane. Safely makes it through and didn't hit nobody. That's good. I was nervous for a moment. Look at Tonkin here, as he's right behind Lai. Coming into the second chicane. Is he going to make a move? No, he's not. Just going to stay right on his heels. I want to look at P1 and 2 here.
Oh,
Crashing
there's an
out.
incident with the front three.
I'm going to just quickly rewind this 15 seconds so we can see exactly what happened here. Let's see car number 94. Looks like he may have just missed his braking point. He did. And hit car 13. That is extremely unfortunate.
And
Now,
unfortunately for him, Rush Elliott actually lost a ton of positions. He's down in 13th place now.
that is extremely unfortunate. See him cutting across the track here. He may just be giving up. Nope, he's just trying not to. Oh, we see some crashing going on behind. Who was that? That was Jake Wells' brother over here. CW Wells. Looks like he's okay. We'll look back up here at, actually, let's look at Gerber and Kwok. Gerber right on the heels of Kwok. Is he going to tuck to the inside? He is, but Kwok's going to hold that position. They're side by side on the way out. He backs out as they go into it. Am I streaming alone? No, I am not. Will is here.
No, I am here.
Will's just under the weather, so he's a little bit more quiet. I want to keep an eye on these two. These guys are racing really hard. Gerber and Kwok are. In through the second chicane. Gerber's going to pull away a little bit. Down through the, I don't know what this straight corner is called. That corner right there is what caused us to sit down and stare at some incidents for quite a while. See Lizzie and Almeida going to turn 8. Almeida is not able to hold on to that position through the corner. Backs out. Now he's got to hold off Elliott. Now Elliott was in, what, second place?
He was, I believe.
So he's going to just try and make up as many positions as he can, but he's also got to do it safely. And as a slow driver, that is something that slow drivers have noticed, is the faster drivers have a hard time actually racing. Especially the slower drivers, because they're not used to where they brake. Let's look back up at Marrero and Cook. This whole group of cars right here, Marrero, Cook, and Kwok. All three of them racing for 5th place. A little bit of space between the two, or between the three, but Marrero's going to go to the inside of Cook. Down the straight into the chicane. He's fully alongside and ahead. Unfortunate line.
Cuts the corner there.
Corner cut, and he's going to lose the position right back to Cook. That's unfortunate.
Not the most efficient way of getting a pass done.
I'm going to look at, let's see, Wells, right on the heels of Figueroa Sr. Is he able to gain any time out of the chicane? Not really. He's kind of backed off. Jumping back up to Johnston. Now right on the heels of Marrero. All of them through turn 8. A tight right-hand hairpin. He's got the run. You can see Marrero going slightly defensive. Johnston's going to the inside. Trying to outbrake him. He's not able to do it. Backs out. Good safe driving. Lai is sideways.
There was almost a big incident further down the grid between Lizzie and Almeida.
We got Coleman Lai just had an incident. What happened with him? Saw him sideways. He was all alone for a moment. Oh, he just missed his braking point and spun. That is unfortunate. Let's jump back up to Marrero. He's like trying to complete an overtake here as we speak on Cook. In through turn 3. Still right on his heels. That Ferrari just giving it all it can. Able to tighten that turn a little bit. Get a better run on the way out. Let's see what happens. Still on his heels and doesn't really have the run to go to the inside. He's got 2 cars behind him too, so not only is he just trying to get around Mike, he's trying to keep the other 2 from catching up to him. Elliott and Lizzie. Lizzie's doing a great job holding off Elliott. Now Rush has got to try and safely get through.
Pittman was actually spun at that second chicane. He lost a bunch of positions. I believe he was in 3rd place.
Pittman, you're right. Where's he at now? In 11th.
He's down in 11th.
That is unfortunate. And unfortunately for me, I can't back up and see it because it was way too long ago and I was slow to find out where everybody was.
DW Wells actually had an incident at the first chicane, and he lost himself a bunch of positions. He's down in 22nd now.
Wow. Elliott tried to get around Lizzie, did not complete it, and is now racing Almeida. Almeida's doing the overtake here into the final chicane. Is able to complete it, but Almeida able to do the switchback or side by side down the front straight. And you see Almeida tuck in and then peek right back out. He realized he needed to be defensive to the car behind him because Lie's right on his tail. Up and back up to Johnson and Marrero. And Mike Cook as well. I'll switch over to Marrero and Cook. All three of these drivers within a half a second of each other, just on each other's tails as they go through that first chicane up over the hill. Down to the second chicane. A little bit of space being gained between them. Jumping back down to Rush Elliott. Well, Rush was in third place, I believe. And he's doing everything he can. Lizzie's giving up the position here. It looks like.
That was
she
an
gave
aggressive overtake there.
Oh,
The
what
inside,
happened, Rush?
grass.
He just had dirt on his tires and wasn't able to brake in time, so he loses those positions again and a couple more. He just lost 3 positions from that.
He keeps giving himself more and more work to do.
Well, okay, take a quick look up at the leaders. Poe has ran away from the group, but Pole, now Pole wasn't originally up in the top 3 if I remember right, was he? Or was he in first? I'm really bad at this.
I don't remember. I think Aiden was up there.
I'm going to look
I
at
believe.
statistics. So Pole was in first and Poe was in third to start. They all pulled away to begin with and have kind of separated, and now you can see Aiden is trying to catch back up, and Aiden, since he was in pole, should be able to close that gap before the end of the race. Gerber, in third place right now, is up 7 positions just by not dying, you guys.
Wow.
Fantastic job for Mr. Gerber. Take a quick look back. These 3 are still at it. Mike Cook has fallen off of Marrero a little bit. Actually, all 3 of them has. Now you can see Landry right behind Johnston here in that blue and white and red Ferrari trying to close the gap. These drivers are going to have a close race the whole time, I think. Take a look at Tonkin. Trying to catch up to Cortez. He's gaining some time into turn 8. He's going to lose a little bit. I think he went just a little bit too quick through that corner. And you see Mike pulling away. Any more time to be gained? He's gaining some time. He hit that curb really hard, though, so he may lose it right back. He's within a half a second of him. He's going to peak. He's not going to do it, though. Jump back up to Mike Cook. Once again, these 4 drivers all right here are just staying within a second of each other and making me jump back and look at them.
You know, I think ACC might be doing something funny here, because why does it say he's in 8th place? Why does it say Sorrentino's in 8th?
Your race control's messed up. Sorrentino's in 25th for me. I would just
I can
close that
see it
and
on the
reopen
stream.
Oh, on the stream? Yeah, I don't know
Yes.
what's going on with that. Don't worry about that little guy. That's inaccurate.
Apparently.
Right now we're
He's
looking
gonna
at
be working that again.
CW Wells and McDonald. 21st, 22nd place respectively. As they go through turn 1 into turn 2 now. They're alone on the track, and I believe these were one of the 2 that got into one of those early on bonks. Unfortunately, I just realized that Sean Bramer is now sitting in the pits. Car completely destroyed. Hopefully I have better luck at the next race. Oh my goodness. Tonkin and Cortez. Why is my camera not looking at them? Into an accident! There's a huge crash down the back straight. Mike Cortez involved in all of that. I want to just watch this here. Back it up 15 seconds here. They were going 4 wide almost. Oh no, Mr. Cortez got off track and just sideways bonked into somebody. That was a complete disaster. Hopefully these guys can make a comeback. Conklin Almeida and Lai now, all racing. Into turn 1. Conklin at the back of this group. Going wide. Wonder if he has any damage from that. He's going to fall off. Almeida right on the heels of Lizzie. Going wide and losing that position. That gives Lai the position. And now his chance to try and overtake Lizzie. Oh my goodness. Did you see what I just saw?
That in the background.
Did you see who I just saw? Was that Tonkin? I'm backing this up.
It was Tonkin.
What happened? Turning sideways. He drifted and then it snap oversteered in the corner. Oh my goodness. That had to hurt.
Is a big hit. Aiden Pohl was stopped on track for a solid 5 seconds.
Yeah,
and
he's
I'm
down
not
10
quite
seconds
sure
now.
why.
I don't know why either, but he didn't lose position.
He was right up close to Steve Poe and just sort of stopped.
It's weird.
I have no clue what happened.
Take a look at Rush Elliott side by side with Johnston. So going to turn 8. Coming out. Johnston's got the better run on the exit. Unfortunately, not going to be able to hold on to it. He is going to try and go into the next corner aggressively. Braking a little bit early, lifting. He put his car there and took the position. But Rush Elliott able to get the switchback. They're still side by side down the first straight. You can tell they're rookies just by how far apart they're driving at this point. They don't want to bonk into each other. Now Johnston's got a lot of damage though, so he doesn't want to bonk into anything anymore. Douglas Furnish in chat, shouting out Lizzie. Lizzie's doing great. She's in 10th place right now. Look at that. It says 11th on stream because of Sorrentino. She's actually up in 10th.
We just had a leader swap. Poe actually went off at the first chicane.
What is going on with these fast front train drivers? What are they doing? We may see an actual race for first here. I want to jump right back. Lizzie's off track. Jumping over all the bumps and curbs and kills 707 into the second chicane. Oh my goodness. That was extremely unfortunate. Now, Furnish shouting out Sorrentino, who's just sitting in the pits. I don't know what's going on with him or what happened, but that's just where he's at, unfortunately. We'll go up to the leaders. They're actually the closest drivers on track right now. The rest of the track's kind of split up a little bit. See Poe trying to close that gap into turn 3. Now within a half a second. Looks like Mike Cook might have had some damage or something, was off track. I just noticed he went down a position as well. See Poe just trying to get all the draft he can into this first chicane. I show you out, you die. Sorrentino is dead at the start of the race. I don't know where he's at or what happened. I think it was a disconnect.
Didn't even start.
Once again, we're back on Rush Elliott. Now, Rush started in, what, 3rd place or something like that? And he is struggling to get around these slower drivers. Lizzie, after her crash, is still in 11th place. 707 still behind. I'm surprised she didn't give it up. She may be about to do that. Yeah, she's more or less being as safe as she can. She gave position but didn't have to. And is now running away. Rush Elliott's going to try and overtake Almeida into the next chicane. No, maybe not. I think they're all kind of just chilling at the moment. Look up at Marrero, right on the heels of Kwok, fighting for 4th place. See Kwok going defensive there. Is Marrero going to tuck in? He's not. Coming to turn 2.
Lizzie runs wide in that battle and loses both positions.
Luckily, it doesn't take out anybody else with her.
Yeah, thank goodness.
She's already going to get a pretty good penalty, I think, for that 707 crash from earlier. Looking back up at 1st and 2nd place, they're still fighting as they go into the first chicane. Within a half a second of each other. Losing a little bit of time down that straight. Marrero right on the heels of Kwok still. Elliott trying to overtake Almeida. You can see a little bit of aggressiveness going on there. That was kind of wild looking coming right into it. Going through turn 2. It was a little bit wide, but he may have the speed to try and get the overtake done into the next corner. We'll see what happens. It's not going to poke his nose in.
Eric Metcalf. Yep, held up by a back marker that
Take a look.
Broke too early, I think.
That's Sean Bramer ahead of him, it looks like.
And then he got taken out again by another Porsche.
Oh, that
right
is
afterwards.
unfortunate. He was on the outside line. He was not able to follow him through. Watch the next Porsche bonk. Yep. He spun and crashed into by another one.
Yep,
that was Hudson, I believe.
To rejoin.
That moved Rush Elliott down into 22nd place. Now, let's go to the leaders real quick. You can see Poe right on the tail of Pole here. I know that sounds weird. Pole and Poe.
Completely unrelated, Rush Elliott. His incident was actually at the first chicane. Decided to take way too much of a cut line through the corner and hit himself into a wall.
So Rush looks like he is in the pits and is retired from this race. So hopefully he'll have a better second race. And those two are kind of backing off, but Landry is right on the tails of Mike Cook. In through turn, what turn is this? 4. Going towards that first chicane. This is called the Kleine chicane, which just means small chicane. Which is funny because I feel like both first and second chicanes are nearly the same size. Landry kind of falling off there as well. Marrero gaining some time. Up ahead. They're going to go into turn 8. Is he going to poke his nose out? Nope. Kwok is going to be defensive as they go into it. Through turn 8, but that gives 37 the faster run on the way out. Actually, he's losing just enough time that he's not going to probably... Yeah, he acts like it, but he's not going to do it. Welcome back to Landry. These guys have been racing all night. Mike Cook has been holding everybody back. Here to cheer on Eric. DMA, welcome. Good to see you here. There's lots of Erics. Which one are we looking at?
Yeah, there is more than one.
Mason McDonald poking his nose in the first chicane. Eric Metcalf is in the pits. I don't know what happened, but looks like he gave up too.
Metcalf was the incident we saw earlier.
Oh, yes, it was.
Porsches.
Yep, you're right. It looks like Landry's fallen off of Cook a little bit, but he'll gain that time back in these next couple corners. He's already up 3/10 from turn 1 and through turn 2 and 3, so he's got a good run there. Gains it all back right on his heels. Mike Cook defensive. You can see them side by side as they go towards the chicane. Mike Cook narrow through the corner. And Landry, unfortunately, wide through it, so he's going to lose a little bit of time. Jump back to Figueroa and McDonald. It looks like they just did completed overtake. I don't know what happened there. I think
front of the
Figueroa is hurt. Go ahead, what were you going to say?
Looks like the car's pretty damaged. I was going to say Gerber was actually catching Poe for second place there. But it looks like something little thing happened and lost some time.
What you guys are seeing with these cars ahead, these are Aiden Poe and Steve Poe, and then a back marker in the middle. And Gerber's got to try and get around Hudson in order to catch up to P2 and 3. He's got to catch up and pass them without losing a lot of time.
He should be able to do down this straight right here.
Should be able to, but he touched that grass, so he's actually slower now, which is unfortunate. Cortez, Metcalf, Cook. Looks like right now the thing to watch is going to be up in the front.
It's like
Gerber
had an
what
incident
happened? I'm backing it up.
at the same time that Mason McDonald did.
He hits the inside of the chicane, the second side, and then just loses it. That is extremely unfortunate. During practice, that happens all the time. You just got to know when to fold them. All right, Landry right back up behind Mike Cook again. These are the guys to watch for the race, because they are just constantly fighting for the 7th place position. And Landry has that damage on the front of his car and is still able to gain that time. Try and make his way around. The last 7 minutes of the race. I want to jump back up to 1st and 2nd place here. Aiden Pohl trying to stay on the racing line,
each other.
using the entire track through turn 1 into turn 2. Poe's trying to narrow that turn. You can see him turning in early just to gain that time and hopefully get the overtake done through turn 3, side by side through turn 3. Now, Aiden is going to have the better run on the way out just because of where he was, but Steve on the inside is going to lose that time back. He's going to tuck right back in behind. Aiden's not going to go defensive. Steve's going to try and outbrake him. Similar cars at McLaren and Ferrari as far as braking goes. Steve got a great run on the way out of the chicane and is overtaking on the outside through turn 6. Into the 2nd chicane, he's going to have the defensive position. And completes the overtake safely. That puts Steve Poe up in 1st place. He's got to hold off Aiden as much as he can. Now, Aiden was the pole sitter for qualifying, I believe. Nope, he was not. He was in 2nd. Am I right about this? No. Aiden was in 1st and Steve was in 3rd or 4th. So these guys are really, really close on time. Jump back into 3rd and 4th place here. You can see Kwok coming up behind Marrero. Now Kwok qualified in 9th place and is up in 4th. He's doing everything he can to catch up to Marrero here. Trying to get as much draft as he can. Got another car off track, 221. I think that's Bramer after his incidents. May just be off track trying to give position up to people. Look at Glenn Jacobs. He's got a lot of damage to his car, but he's right on the heels of C.W. Wells. He's going to try it. No, he's going to back out. Yeah, I thought he was going to try and give it a go into the 2nd chicane. Aiden Pohl is cooking. You're right. Welcome to the stream. Both the DMA and K Time. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Poe, as Aiden Pohl looks like he spun Steve Poe at the front there.
It looks like he was able to give that position back. They're just going to continue to race for 1st place here, which is fortunate. However, that is the 3rd incident we've seen with the top drivers today. So
I think so.
It's getting pretty wild. They need to be a little bit safer for next race. Looking back at Kwok on the outside going into turn 8, he might have the better run to get on past Marrero. Oh, just taps him, so he's going to lose that time right back. You can see Marrero being defensive into the final chicane. Side by side as they go in, he's going to try the outside pass. It's a good thing to do on the way out because you're on the right side. Kwok trying to complete the overtake. Not really quite able to hold on to it. And almost an aggressive push onto the inside there by Kwok. But he's going to lose that position back. Give it back to Marrero. He's got to go wide on the outside here. That might have been, oh, that could have been deadly. My goodness. If he pancakes, let's say he's not in here yet.
There's another incident at the front of the grid. Steve Poe ran into the back of a back marker and went off track, giving Aiden Poe the lead.
All right, I'm watching. There it is. There's that bonk. Gap. Off track. Porsche goes into the wall. No, he didn't actually go into the wall. But Steve Poe is now way behind. You're right, 2.5 seconds behind. The race right now is between Kwok and Marrero. A little bit between Cortez and Mike Cook. The two Mikes. Cortez able to outbrake a little bit with that Ferrari and the damage even into the 1st chicane. Losing a little bit of time down the straight though.
Not to correct you here, but that's a McLaren, not a Ferrari.
There was a McLaren and Ferrari. I must have said the wrong thing. I apologize. You're right. It was just a McLaren.
Glenn Jacobs getting a drive-through way down in 18th place there. And Poe has a drive-through I didn't even notice in second.
My goodness, you were right. Poe does have a drive-through. So that's going to put him way down in position then. That's going to immediately put Marrero up into second and Kwok into third, and they can pretty much just stop fighting for a podium here. Although, that's not the nature of the game. Cortez just got into an accident with Cook. See what happened here is they come out of turn 8, down the straight. You see Cortez. Looks like he just misses braking point and rear ends him so slightly, spinning both of them, and then hitting him again. That is unfortunate. It looks like Cortez did wait and give Cook the position back, but he lost another position as a result of that. Hudson and Figueroa trying to race each other. They come out of the first chicane up the hill, over the hill. Losing some time there. Back up to third and fourth. Post has yet to serve his drive-through. He may not, and just take the penalty. Is that blue? Is that Dominic Smedra blue? Welcome to the stream, my guy. Haven't seen you in forever. How you doing, bud? We're still watching Kwok here. He's gaining some time. They go into the final chicane.
Looks like there was an instant right behind him. Gerber hitting a back marker.
We'll back that up a bit. Oh, yeah, you can see a little bit of a back marker there. I don't know how much. Yeah, we missed most of it. That's unfortunate for me. Sorry, I screwed it up. You missed your coverage. Well, you're always welcome to join in the News Rest Discord. We just hit 500 followers within the Discord, so we're doing a little mini-series to celebrate that. Pittman in the pits.
I was going to say, I'm not sure why, with 40 seconds left in the race,
did he forget to
from 5th place.
Wow.
I'm not sure. He doesn't have a drive-through.
I don't understand. I can see live. He does
pull into the pits.
So
there is no pit stop.
I think Poe's just trying to hold on to this podium so that he can say he got the podium, even though he's going to lose it. So he's not going to do a drive-through. He's just going to take the penalty. Self-challenge? What you talking about, Willis? See Lai right on the heels of Mike Cook. He's going to go in. Be offensive into the first chicane. You can see him moving in. He's not able to outbrake in that Ferrari, because I got it right this time.
There you go.
Yep. Watch the final two as they come down the straight. The final straight. Crossing the line.
Sorry, go ahead, but Pittman somehow managing to get a stop-go 30 while going into the pits for no reason.
Well, then he was speeding in the pits. I don't know. Oh, that is so unfortunate.
I'm not sure why he went into the pits in the first place.
And we got a drive-through with Almeida as well. A lot of in-game penalties being applied. Last little bit of racing being had between my car. Oh my gosh, and a car backing up on track. I don't know who that was, but that was dangerous. There was a race going on, but the race is lost now. That was extremely unfortunate. See some cars, everybody racing as hard as they can on the last lap.
Cortez.
Kevin Rivera saying hello to Blue in chat. He's saying it in Spanish because we all understand that. All of the drivers. Looks like we have Johnston crossing the line, Brown, and Pittman. Pittman about to cross the line in 13th. So our top three drivers for today's rookie race is Aiden Pohl, Stephen Poe, and Eric Marrero. Now, Stephen Poe is plus 30 seconds, so that gives Kwok third place automatically. While we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and switch over. All right. That was a user error, and I apologize to you for that one.
We're good? We're back?
We're good. We're back. We're going to quickly do a grid rundown
Oh
as
my
these drivers
goodness.
are out on track.
Alrighty. In first place, we have Zach Schneider here in the
No, that's
Porsche.
right. No
He's
rush,
a very
no
quick
rush.
driver.
No rush.
No, I was gonna go very quick there, but Zach Schneider recently joined the team of Noobs R Us. He's a very quick driver.
We're happy to
In
have
second
him.
place, we have Nicholas Menendez here in the McLaren. In third, we have a driver who I have not personally seen in a while, Kevin Rivera. He is in that Sprite-adorned Ferrari right there.
It's got some Noobs R Us decals on it too, which is kind of cool.
In fourth place, we have one of my favorite drivers on the grid, not only to watch but to race against, and that's Darren Thomas in the Aston Martin. Behind him, in fifth place, we have JJ Burr in the Lamborghini, another very quick driver. Then we have, I don't think I've seen this individual before, Matt Mullinson
Yeah, he's
in
new.
the Aston Martin here in sixth place. We have our very own Casey Swanseer in seventh, driving the Porsche. We have Nick Kanya here in another Aston Martin in that sort of Galaxy retro wave sort of Aston. Very nice car.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. In ninth place, we have Chris Greider in the Porsche, representing Hot Boys Racing. In 10th, we have another one of the Noobs drivers. We have Devin Anthony in the Mustang. And then another Mustang right behind him, Jaden Lloyd.
Yeah, he's got his green color on there now, finally. It took him forever to get that working.
Just sort of a snake skin, almost.
Yep.
It's a definitely unique looking car.
Okay.
And then in 12th, we have Patrick Amon.
In the
that
Mountain Dew! Sorry, I had to cheer it out,
Mountain
guys.
Dew Ferrari.
Right,
Looks like it's nuclear waste almost, that color.
Well, that's what Mountain Dew looks like. We got Furnace shouting out Chris Greider, as we should. Blue has subscribed with his Prime. Thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate it, Blue. Going to Helicam view as we watch the drivers come down the front straight. Shouting out Jayden Lloyd as well. As we're about to go green here at Zolder, this is race 2 for the pros. Only 12 drivers on track, but all of them extremely rapid.
Darren Thomas with a drive-through right off the bat. We love to see it.
A little bit of bonking going on in the back, but not anything to write to home about. 3 wide as they go into turn 2 and 3. Sideways goes the Mountain Dew. That's extremely unfortunate. Moving up, Schneider is just running away from Menendez. These two have been practicing. Well, I know Menendez has. I don't know where Schneider's been doing it, but he practices on his own and comes back with a vengeance. And unfortunately for Darren Thomas, got a drive-through. He's just going to try and make it through his lap. AJ Burr right on the heels of Kevin Rivera as they go into the second chicane. He's not going to go offensive. And he's just going to stay nice and chill, kind of back off. Melanson and Kanya. Swanseeger right on his heels. A little bit of dirt being kicked up, you see from the drivers ahead. Is he going to go offensive? It's hard to get a good run with a Porsche. It's just such a slow car on the straights. It's great around the corners, though. He's backed off a little bit. Greider trying to keep up with Devin. Like I said, slow on the straights is the Porsche. See Darren pulling into the pits off there just a moment ago. He's going to complete his drive-through. That is extremely unfortunate for him. Is Greider going to try and do anything offensive here? He's going to peek. He's going to stick it out. Just hang out behind that Ford. The Noobs Tang. Isn't it nice? You can see Devin being really defensive as they go into turn 2. But that Porsche is just able to get the... I was going to say a word that I shouldn't have said. I was going to say reach around.
Hold on now.
You heard me. He's able to get that overtake done on Devin Anthony through turn 3. Now they're going down the straight. Devin's going to have the speed, but not the spacing to try and catch back up to Chris Greider. Great overtake by Chris. A bit further up the grid, Matt Mellinson trying to get the overtake done on Kanya. Something on my mind? Nothing's ever on my mind. You see Kanye accidentally cut the track there, which is going to let Mellinson catch up just because of the way he slowed down through the dirt. So he's on the inside as they come out of turn 7. Down the back straight towards turn 8, side by side. You can see that Porsche in the back, car 84, trying to push his nose in there too. Wasn't able to do it. Shark bait Devin Anthony. Yes, it is. Mellinson just holding back that entire train of cars behind him. He's going to just try and run away as much as he can. Right in the middle of the track. Doesn't really need to go defensive. See some other cars going offensive there. Swanseeger peeking his nose out. Want to move up the grid again really quick. Just a moment. Just a moment.
Schneider
all right, moving up.
already
2
with a
seconds.
2-second gap.
Crazy. Looking back at second and third place, a half a second distance between Rivera and Menendez, and climbing. Menendez is getting away. JJ Burr on the heels of Kevin. Is he going to be able to gain any time through the first chicane? Doesn't look like anybody's really gaining anything. Kevin might be a little bit onto Menendez ahead, but not enough. Just saw an overtake done by Devin Anthony, or by Casey Swanseeger. Greider looks like he got a little bit sideways and has lost 2 positions there. Right on the heels of Devin going into the second chicane, and Casey's going to run away from these guys. And Casey's going to try and get some overtakes done on Kanye here. Look back at Jaden Lloyd now. He's right on the tail of Greider. These drivers run down towards turn 8. This Mustang should be able to get a good run on the way out. Devin trying to hold off Greider. Greider has enough draft that he's going to peek in, but not enough that he's going to do the overtake. Like I said, that Porsche just can't get away. Now Devin accidentally cutting the grass there, losing the position. He may lose another one to Jaden Lloyd here. He does. Jaden's able to get the overtake done as well. Unfortunate for Devin. Moving up. Casey's able to run away because of all that battling going there. Now he's right on the heels of Kanye. We're going to kind of jump back and forth here between them and Devin Anthony, because Devin's going to try and gain as much time as he can. Actually looking at JJ Burr. In towards the first chicane. Gained a lot of time. Lost a little bit of it as they come out of the first chicane. Now, I think that Lambo is almost quicker down the straights than that Ferrari is. That's why he's able to gain that time. Both of these drivers are extremely fast and extremely competent. Toro Motorsports, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Toro subbing with their Prime. I appreciate it. JJ's not really able to get any closer than a half a second. Toro, you like that? Now you're thinking about something weird, Blue. You quit that. If there's anything that can be done between JJ, he's trying to gain as much time as he can, but Kevin is just on point this lap, has not lost a split second. Greider pulling away from JJ. I'm sorry, from Jaden. Jaden and Devin still going at it. Every time I look away, Burr's able to gain some time on Kevin as they go through turn 4. Now this is where JJ's usually able to catch up to Kevin, or at least pass. But we may see a little bit of offensiveness here. Not even going to peek. Just a slight look. Not a whole lot. Didn't clobber the exit of that curve, which means he'll have a little bit more time here. Yep, you can see him gaining. Kevin going defensive through the corner. Doesn't really need to. You see Kevin just trying to pull away. We'll go to a wing view so we can see something different here. Kevin being good, who would have thought? I was racing and beating Kevin in the Ford versus Ferrari race. I'm just going to say that. And see all of that time gained by JJ into turn 8. Ferrari just pulling away on the way out, though. We'll get ready to go into the final chicane. JJ closing the gap once again. Is JJ rocking the Buzz Lightyear livery? It does look like a Buzz Lightyear livery. You're right about that. Different Rivera. Maybe a different Rivera, yep. Yeah, I think you're thinking about one from a different series from a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. This could be the race to watch, I think, you guys. JJ and Kevin are going to be racing each other. Now, Devin Anthony fell off from Jaden Lloyd, and Jaden's trying to catch back up to Chris Greider as well. Kanye is catching up to Mellinson. We'll go back up to JJ. All that time he gains there. If he can get a better run than Kevin through turn 4, I think he'll be able to overtake him into the chicane.
He's stuffing his face right now.
Yes, I am.
As this battle continues. I'm not sure. Tire management probably won't come into play in such short of a race.
It doesn't usually.
So this will probably come down to pure pace between these two drivers.
Now, if the drivers are clobbering the curbs through the chicane, then they will lose PSI. And a lot of it. But I don't know. These guys are pretty good. They may have overinflated just for that reason. Clobbering. You know, Blue, now that you're here, I want to say the name of the guy that we used to say the name of. You know who I'm talking about? I haven't said it in a while. All right, let's jump back to Jaden Lloyd. Still 1.5 seconds of Greider. Doing everything he can to try and gain that time. Now, Jaden Lloyd is only 14 years old, guys, and he's up here in the pro split. He's a very competent, quick driver. We're happy to have him here. His best lap this race is a 29.8, which is 2 seconds faster than me, so... Blue, why don't you jump in the Discord and you say it? Go ahead and jump into standby and I'll drag you in. Looks like JJ fell off a little bit. So Kevin's going to run away.
We do have some other battles developing further down the grid.
Blue, my guy, welcome to the stream.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I love Zolder. Zolder is my all-time favorite track, and I run a 28, so I would be sitting in P10, battling Devin Anthony, who I've bonked into on multiple occasions. He's fully aware that I absolutely hate his guts. But
Devin is such a safe driver, though. I mean, it's.
I sincerely beg to differ. It's like Rosberg and Hamilton when him and I
go.
Well,
maybe you're the common denominator, because every time I've raced around him, which I do, I almost never get into an accident with him. So
I think Devin Anthony has a personal vendetta against me. I think that's what it is. I think, in all honesty, he's just he's got some against me. But yeah.
Speaking of Devin Anthony, he's trying to do a little bit of defense against. Eamon
trying to
here
make you break,
in that Mountain Dew car. Looks like Eamon's going to be able to get alongside him into turn 4.
The radioactive waste comment was pretty on par. Yeah, the poor livery wrap guy had to sit there and be like, "You sure you want to put this on?" He probably double checked a couple times.
As his eyes were burning off from the color.
He was sitting in the pits. Ooh, Swanseeker off track. Let's take a look and see what happened here really quick. Down the straight towards the first chicane. Was it a Casey moment? Activities. It must have been. It's a Porsche moment. Yep. Just decided he was going to try and turn that Porsche into an airplane. Last time Porsche worked on airplanes, it was World War. Anyways.
It's the Noobs R Us Rally program. A little sneak peek there by Casey Swansinger.
Off tracks only.
JJ Burr still 0.4 seconds behind Kevin. Devin now trying to run away from Casey and catch back up to Eamon. And Kanya trying to get within a second of Mellinson. That is our battles right now. Now, for those of you that have joined us in chat and don't know who Blue is, first of all, why not? And second of all, he was the guy that pretty much made this entire community happen. And I mean that in a way of he helped me make the community. He doesn't know that, but he did.
I'm a little I'm taken back with gratitude. Yeah, it was a lot of fun when Jeremy told. Yes, I will happily just blow my ego up. Yes, you're welcome. It's a thankless job, and I'll take in as many thank yous as I can. Yes, helping Jeremy get server stuff set up and what to do and how to do stuff was a lot of fun. And then I disappeared. I vanished.
You went to
like
iRacing,
Batman.
right?
Yeah, I switched over to. I'm an elitist now. Yeah.
Yuck.
I got promoted. I'm making big boy bucks, and I get to go play big boy sims. So
yeah, I don't make enough money to do that. So you're right.
Cool.
You're right.
Cool it with the yuck. It's a lot of fun. But ACC will always have a special place in my heart. A cold special place in my heart. 1,800 bleep hours in the sim. Oh, JJ is.
Yeah.
I'm a little behind because I'm watching the stream, but JJ sniffing the rear diffuser there.
We're seeing a little bit of position change. Kanye went into the pits. I don't know what happened, or maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened, but he just went down multiple
You are
positions.
indeed tripping. He did not go into the pits.
I don't know. Maybe it's my race control being weird then.
I'm
weird.
seeing the same thing you are there, but
It's
he
weird.
did lose a position, but only to Melanson.
We've got a lot of drivers right now, all within 0.5 seconds of each other. So we're trying to jump between them. JJ's still the closest. Right behind, you can see Kevin being defensive as they go towards that first chicane. He doesn't need to be defensive for too long because he knows JJ is not going to stick his nose in there. But yeah, so
commentator's curse on that one. It's going to happen.
I don't know if you see this in chat, everybody. Kevin is racing right now as he's going through chicanes and just types in "love you" in chat. The dude is texting and driving illegally, of course.
That's incredible. Or he has like he has a significant other or like a pet that's able to do it for
Pet
him.
is outrageous.
Oh, Casey.
Yep,
With the rally Porsche again.
Actually, we're gonna move up to Kanye. He was able to close that gap to Melanson and get enough draft to catch up.
I could have sworn I heard Kanye in there.
Kanye.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Kanye. We see Kanye going in a little bit wide.
If he wins, it's a Kanye.
Oh yeah, you're right. You see, Melanson thinking about going defensive. That was almost an awkward move under braking. I don't know what happened there, but no contact. We're not going to say anything of it. But
As Zach Schneider at the front has gone off track, handing Nicholas Menendez the lead.
We're going to back it up. We're going to see what happened here. He just hit that inside corner there on whatever corner I'm looking at.
That would be turn one.
Turn one. That is, you almost never see that with drivers that are ahead or even alone because they don't need to get that close to the curb. But that just tells you that he's been really pushing to just try and pull away. And unfortunately, isn't going to work for him because now he's down in 4th place and has got to try and work his way up.
Yeah, what's the song? Push It to the Limit. I think that's what was probably playing in that cockpit there.
All right, now it's going to be playing I Need a Hero.
See Burr in the middle of this. So now, unfortunately for Burr, he's not going to be able to put all pressure onto Kevin. He's also got to deal with Zach Schneider right behind him. So they go through.
Didn't Zach Schneider make some movies? Isn't that the same? Snyder. Sorry, I'm thinking of the other guy.
Whenever he joined the Discord, I did ask if it was that one, and I said, "You are the Zach Schneider."
Different spelling completely. So we both look like fools. I'm Burr. So back to the racing comment here. If I'm Burr, you talked about the competitiveness. I would just let Schneider go, and then pressure Rivera, and then use that as fodder to get past Rivera. That's my humble opinion.
I agree with your humble opinion mid-track, but these guys are fighting for podium, so you're not going to want to see Burr's not going to want to give up that position to Schneider. He's just going to want to stay ahead and stay in 3rd place.
I guess I'm a bit of a I'm soft. I'm Charlotte strong. I'm Charmin strong, I guess, because I would have definitely just let him go and duke it out.
I probably would have too, but I'm also never on podium, so I don't know. So we're looking at Casey Swanseeger trying to get around Devin. Now, they're going through turn 4 down this straight. So unless Swanseeger's able to get... Well, yeah, it looks like he was able to get exactly what I was talking about. A great run on the way out. He's able to overtake Devin almost completely into the chicane. Gets the light tap. That's what we do here at Noobs R Us. We kiss each other's booties. I'm going to look back up at Schneider.
That Mustang looked like it weighed about 12,000 pounds going down the straight.
Sean in chat, is he related to Rob Schneider? He might be. What happened, Sean? Did you give up on the
my favorite movie.
second race as well? Let's see here. Schneider just gonna stick in right behind. He's gaining a little bit of time, but not enough to do anything into turn 1. I'm gonna jump way to the back. We'll look at Jaden Lloyd now. With that bonk, Jaden was able to kind of catch back up to Devin. And is now right on his heels. These guys are in the same car. And he's just going to give him the old spinaroo and run away. That's the way of saying, I want that position, thank you. We'll leave that one to the stewards.
That is a bump and run if I've ever seen one.
It was foretold since it was on Devin Anthony and Blues in here.
Yeah, see? I actually called the hit from the pit control.
There you go.
That was Devin's fault, okay, you guys? Devin is he's the aggressor.
I'm Agent 43 or whatever the guy is.
That would be 47.
All right, hey man, I was 4 off, okay?
Yeah, 43,
I went
47.
to public school, give me a break.
I guess in this case it would be Agent 26, which Jaden's number. Darren Thomas, guys, all the way in the back, is now on the heels of Devin, so he's not going to be in last if you can get around him.
Yeah.
After serving a drive-through at the start,
that is extremely unfortunate.
Finally has somebody to pass, and will make quick work of it too. It looks like
gaining a little bit of time as they go through the final chicane here, but JJ's also gaining time onto Kevin.
The Noobs R Us engineers have got to look at that Mustang, because that thing, like I said, it looks like it weighs as much as a blue whale.
It weighs as much as half a blue whale. I think we reduced the weight a little bit, but that's about it. But it's still, of course, half a blue whale.
Jeremy with the unbiased opinion, as it is his team.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that the stream isn't just glued to the Noobs R Us drivers.
What are you talking about? It is JJ Burr and Kevin Rivera. They're both Noobs R Us drivers.
Well, son of a gun.
Yep. What are you gonna do about that?
Foot in mouth. Also, best viewers on Dewoki77.
Yep. Those best viewers are now gone.
Bummer.
Wow.
No, I just clicked the link and buy them really quick and then ban them so that we don't.
Hey man, dude, I love a good bot, man.
We'll run to the back of the pack and look at Darren Thomas. Darren, luckily, since he did the drive-through, has no damage anywhere, and is most likely going to just be able to overtake Devin in one of the next couple corners. Not enough to make it into the first chicane. The kleine chicane. Go ahead and say it. You can say it in as much German as you can. You guys give it a try.
I'll pass.
Belgium.
What a loser. It's all right. Belgium is Germanic. Either way, it still has a Germanic way of saying things.
I thought they were like more French than.
It's a Germanic language.
We don't acknowledge the French here.
That's fair and valid. You know what? I like that. I like that. Good read.
Look at Darren. From right over the hill, turn towards turn 8, and Devin's going to stay defensive there. Like Darren going to have the better run on the exit. You're right.
Grider and Melanson are actually... Well, Grider is now just sitting on the inside of the corner.
The reason being is Grider hit the grass before the turn, hit the brakes, and slipped, crossing the chicane into Melanson. That was extremely unfortunate. Oh, Grider just sitting there. I wonder if he's just like, I'm done. He jumped back out on track, so we'll see where he finishes.
That's
JJ Burr
a little bit of a doozy.
Has pulled away from Schneider, but has now got to try and gain that ground back up to Kevin. The race is on between Darren and Devin right now. They're still nut to butt as they go through the third and fourth quarter.
How many Kenny Loggins songs can we put in? The heat is on. The heat is on. Oh, I guess Push to the Limit is not.
I don't know.
Loggins,
but if we see an accidental attempt into the chicane, they'll be going right into the danger zone.
Damn, we're good at this, Jeremy.
Okay, I'm done. Jumping
I
up.
feel like I'm
Burr.
too young for these references.
You don't know
you
who
are.
Kenny Loggins is?
Dude,
No.
Go
no,
watch,
Kenny
go watch
Loggins
Top
is.
Gun, and we'll just leave it at that. You can watch the
Go
watch.
watch-
the-
go watch
that's
both
the.
Top
I know
Guns.
Top Gun.
Both
Come
of
back
them.
up. Grider trying to get the overtake done on Lloyd. Now Lloyd's defensive once again into turn 8. Grider's going to be able to get it, nose turned in easy. A little bit of extra speed gain. He's off track again. This is where he crashed earlier. Is he going to go offensive? He is not.
Whoa.
Oh, he almost did. Did you see him touch the grass there? That could have been a replay of the last lap. Woo! Getting slippy. Schneider's right back on the heels of Burr, and Burr's still on the heels of Kevin. I wonder if these three are just in chat going, let's just make it to the end, you guys.
Please, I just want to survive. Yeah.
All right, now
I
that
don't
I've
think
done the
so.
voice, you say the name.
I already said.
You typed it.
Weaver.
Hey,
I
Potts,
already
if you
said
ever
earlier
watch
trying to
our...
get you to break,
oh, my
but
goodness, Chris Grider. Flipping and sliding through turn 1, 2, and 3 there. I guess it's just turn 2 and 3.
I think that's a toe link.
Now, I don't like to say this, guys, but Grider drives like Chris Grider. Okay? If you guys know who Chris Grider is, you'll know what I mean. Just another
one's
Chris Grider day. So, Chris, you
It's
haven't
going
been
over my
here.
head.
You haven't been here. Chris is a very rapid driver, and as long as he can put a lap together, he will stay in the front of the pack. But he almost always pushes it too hard every race and ends
I
up
feel
getting
like
into
you're
a
calling
bump.
him out.
I love
live
Chris.
in front of a studio
I love
audience.
Chris. There's no studio audience here. There ain't no studio. All of a sudden we hear like people.
Where's the studio?
If I had an applause emote, I would use it.
Yeah.
You have a laugh track in the background.
Here, this is the live audience. I love Chris. I can't race against Chris because
There's
he'll
a
beat me.
but. There's a but. I love Chris.
But there's no but. I love Chris.
All right, I mean, breaking news. Noobs R Us announcer Jeremy Cubbage loves Chris. Contrary to being in his Hulu recommended playlist, everybody hates Chris. He actually loves Chris.
They changed the name of the series to Everybody Loves Chris, and they said Everybody Hates Raymond now. They changed it up.
That actually makes more sense. But
Come on, 4 drivers finish with a top 10 position. Well, our 2 4 drivers will be in the top 10 as long as they don't make any more mistakes. These guys are just giving it everything they can. Kevin's just trying to run away and can't. Luckily, hasn't had to do any defensive anything. And is just trying to not make any mistakes. Went through the final
5
chicane.
minutes. I think Burr just tries to do this. Just
Burr, you think he'll
Get it
just
done.
send it?
yeah, I think first chicane, just put it in there, and that didn't come out the way I wanted it to.
That's all right. You
Just-
can put it in the first chicane.
Yeah.
It's called the
Just
small
send it.
chicane, in case you're wondering.
Is it really?
That's what Klein
what
is that not what it stands for? It's what it means.
What a silly little name. What a silly little language.
We'll go to the wing view. Where's the first
Love a good
chicane?
wang
He's got to
view.
run. Rivera thinking about being defensive. Burr backing out. He went a little bit offensive, but backed out of it. Losing a lot of time. Now Burr is going to have to defend from Schneider.
Oh, Burr braked so late.
Well, the camera being camera again. Thank you, ACC camera.
Oh, yeah, the ACC camera guy is just chef's kiss, man. The guy's a little slow.
How many drugs is he taking?
He's an unpaid intern, all right?
I think he's taken at least 3. I heard last week he did 3 meths.
Injected the marijuanas.
I just want to point out we're not sponsored by meth, so just so you know. I think Will's just done. He's given up
This is
at this
the
point.
most unhinged commentating stream.
This is how it works, man. Didn't you watch the last stream?
No.
Well, you should. This is, when me and Tony were talking, this is kind of the same way.
Well, I mean, the last stream that I did, we talked about food. Every single time we talked about food. So I'm not sure methamphetamine is any better than food, but I think some people would think so.
The more people that do methamphetamines, the less food they have to eat, right? Casey Swanseeger.
I definitely would recommend eating methamphetamine.
Right on the tail of Melanson, you see Melanson going defensive. They're both moving to the outside. That could have been dangerous. You see Swanseeger going off here.
There is a race on.
Casey doing
dangerous
another
right
Casey
there.
move.
Darren
That
Thomas,
was not on Casey though. That was on. That was a little on Melanson.
I'm not going to say who it's on, as I am one of the stewards and I can't say anything about that.
I'm a third. I'm a
You're a third wheel.
completely biased party. Yeah, that was on Melanson.
Darren Thomas is now up 2 positions from where he was at after his drive-through. He's got 7 seconds. Oh, I take that back. He's got to get around Devin, and then he's got 7 seconds to the next person. So let's see if he can get into 9th place before the end of the race. 2 minutes? It's possible. Back up to Schneider. I want to just take a quick look at our leader right now, Nick Menendez. He didn't think he was going to be winning this race. And to be fair, he might not. But he's in first right now with a 4-second lead on 2nd place.
Casey got a stop-go 10. Not
Casey!
sure how he managed it.
Oh, goodness.
I know exactly how he managed it. I did it in the practice race last night. He got the chicane, you guys.
And Casey Swanson living up to the name Noobs Are Us.
Noobs are us.
You know, I think every race this season, Casey has either been killed by another driver or has gotten an infernal penalty that has dropped him to the back.
I'm going to jump right back to Darren really quick because he's right behind Devin now. 0.3 seconds and gaining. He might be able to get this done. Like I said, it's possible.
I think, in all honesty, a bump and run might be a bump and run, and then just try to like outrun your penalty.
I don't think Darren has ever bumped anybody ever. Once.
I don't think so.
Jaden Lloyd all the way down in last now.
I'm considering Darren for my best man. He's that nice of a guy.
Darren had programmed our practice session times bot for our Discord. So you can go into any one of our series, ! times, and see the times just pulled straight from the server. And it looks pretty too. It's not just like random text in the chat. So that's pretty cool. He did a great job.
Shout out to Darren Thomas.
I was going to say a thing, but I couldn't remember what the thing was.
It wasn't important though.
The fact that we're on the last lap of the race right now?
We're on the final lap. Nick just needs to hold it, stay strong, don't hit the inside curb like some of his competitors did, and he'll be fine. JJ, he might do it. He might do what you were talking about.
I think so. I think he's just holding it in. He's just kind of... I was going to say a word, and I am going to back out of that sentence. He's held on to this for a little too long, and he just wants to... He
unfortunately just lost a bunch of time, and now has to try to hold it
from
Zach Schneider.
And I'm way behind, so I'm hyping him up. And yeah, I see that now, yep.
Oh, there's a bump coming. There it is. Oh, I saw that as it was about to happen, but luckily no damage, no time loss. But Kevin is now almost safely a whole second ahead. Almost. He's losing it. I'm going to quickly jump back to Casey. So he catches up to Melanson. Now that Porsche is much slower down the straights than almost any other V8, but he's able to get good runs down the straights and then use the draft as well. I don't usually get good runs unless it's on a Wednesday after Taco Bell.
White Castle for me.
White Castle for you.
Clears me out, dude.
We're going to jump up to the front here and watch Zach Schneider as he weaves back and forth and kills himself across the line. Okay, no, he finished in first. Great job, Nick.
Congratulations to the Argentinian.
Kevin in second. Burr right behind him in third. They're going to carefully not touch each other.
I love the pre-celebrating by Rivera.
Yep, that's what he did.
Not quite sure that you were going to make that, so that was a great battle. You wouldn't think that would be for...
The whole time.
For fourth. It was pretty sweet.
Now, Mountain Dew, if I remember right, started in last and is now finishing in sixth. He didn't touch a single person.
As Casey kills someone around the final corner.
Casey, what are you doing? I'm backing it up. We're watching. He was racing Melanson into the corner.
Stop. He goes 30 for Casey.
He goes to offensive and didn't. I don't know if he had that corner or not. Either way, no position loss or gain from them. So our drivers have all finished. There's your finishing. You see my name on there because I was in the practice, but definitely didn't do the race.
Your commentator finishing in 14th.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive. That's good points there, you know?
We'll see if we get any anybody joining us in the booth tonight. And I'll let you, Blue, do some chatting with these drivers. You want to do that?
Oh, no. No.
Yeah, I think you should.
I
No, you
appreciate.
do.
Okay,
You
all right, fine.
okay,
All right,
okay.
fine.
All right,
Okay.
all right. We'll grab the pro drivers in.
It's like getting a tip at work when you're not allowed to take tips.
You can
Please
absolutely
take it. No.
I'm gonna get the replay up. Not Mount Panorama. We don't want to watch that one, do we?
You know,
Get the replay up.
I do want to watch that replay still.
Go back and watch it. All right, we've got our pro drivers in here from the last race, and Blue is gonna sit here and do the interviews with you guys. So go ahead, Mr. Blue.
Well, first off, JJ. We'll start with JJ Burr. A couple just sitting back and watching a Sprite car for half an hour. How frustrated were you towards the end there?
Yeah, I mean, I could have, done a lot of things there, but I just tried to keep it clean, waited for him to make a mistake. He did make a couple, but I had messed up a couple turns before that, so I wanted to race clean and not do anything. I think ACC's racing lines are a little bit off as far as what's allowed and what's not, but hey, you know what? It is what it is.
So yeah, I mean, great job. You flung that the Lambo around pretty well, and that Buzz Lightyear paint scheme is what we were saying.
Oh yeah, man.
Good racing. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Thank you.
Now one of my personal favorites. I'm gonna fangirl a little bit here. I get to interview one of my favorite drivers. Who's sitting in second place in that silly Sprite Ferrari, Kevin Rivera.
Why is it silly?
I don't know.
You don't like it?
I mean, I'm a big Sierra Mist, which is now Starry guy. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, sorry, buddy.
Okay.
Squirt as well. Squirt's big on my list. So, yeah, Kevin, great job. I was saying that you were you reminded me of the other fast Riveras that I've known. But great
like
defense.
Ricardo? Hell no.
No. There's some other Riveras that I know, but yeah, great defense. What was going through? Kind of inverse question of what I asked JJ. What was going through your mind trying to hold off the Buzz Lightyear Lambo?
I was just waiting for a move. I'm like, he's got to go for a move at a certain point. And then I was listening to the commentary. I'm like, Blue, just don't say that. He ain't gonna do that into the chicane. Don't say that.
Yeah, I was definitely egging him on. I was like, come on, do it.
Literally, at the end, I thought he was gonna do it, so I went a little bit defensive, and I ruined my line, and I got a track cut. But besides that, man, 30 minutes of that is stressing.
Yeah. Well, hey, great job on the P2. And we'll catch up with you next week, and maybe you can make it a P1. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah,
I
right,
doubt it.
Hell no, I doubt that. I haven't raced in 6 months. Come on.
Hey, you're doing better
great.
than me.
Yep.
Yeah. And now P1 after 30 minutes. Nico Menendez. Congratulations, buddy. Nice job on. You kind of fell into that position. Did you think you were going to get first, or did you kind of think there was going to be a bit of a duke out there?
No. Zach has quite a considerable pace advantage on me. He just made 2 unfortunate mistakes in both races, which I managed to capitalize on, and then just focused on staying consistent and on the track, and that got me both wins. So yeah, I'm just happy with the results.
Back to backs. So that purple Williams McLaren there. That's a weird sentence to say, but it was it looked good, and you ran a great race, and hopefully you can carry that momentum on. Where are you guys racing next week?
Zandvoort.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the Z tracks going. Yeah, Zandvoort, the Dutch roller coaster, as I call it. That'll be a lot of fun, and good luck to you guys, and thanks for joining me. Thanks for answering my questions.
Now that I have you here, and people mentioned that about the race 1. Blue mentioned something that happened in race 1 was Nico went into first because I don't remember his last name. The guy that spun that was on first, Snyder. he made a mistake too, and I had Thomas right behind him, and I was thinking what you were thinking, Blue. I'm like, I might as well let him go by. He's way faster than me. Catch up to Nico and slow him down. But then I had Thomas right behind him, so I waited for a gap of a second. Then I let him by, but he ended up not being able to catch the Nico. But you thought the same thing I did on race 1.
We are one and the same, Kevin.
I know, right?
And you know what? I won't take you out T1 at Nürburgring. I promise.
Oh gosh, don't remind me of that. It's been too many years since that.
Little PTSD for I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for having me, and I love you, Jeremy.
Thank you for being here, Blue. Love you too. Now, I just dragged in Eric Marrero. He was one of the rookie drivers, and I believe you were podium in the first race, correct, Eric?
Correct. I did podium in the first race. Yeah, I missed the second one, but I did a podium in the first one.
Well, how I remember watching it. Didn't you? Let's see, what place did you start in?
Today, I started on 4th place.
Okay, yeah, and then you finished in second, I believe. The guys ahead of you
In
got into an accident early on, right?
Yeah, actually, in the first lap, I was down to 8th position. I have a minor incident in the last chicane, and I went down to the 8th position, but I was able to recover. So I had good battles, in the way, but I was able to recover. So I'm very happy for the result.
That's awesome. How did you do in the second race? Not a podium, huh?
Yeah, I was able at the end. I got a podium. I got P3.
Awesome.
But yeah, this race was like a flashback of the first one because the same happened. I had an incident in the last turn, and in lap 1, I went down to 8th position again, and at the end I was able to recover to P3. So very similar races.
Well, congratulations, and we can't wait to see what you do next week at the Rookie Series at Zandvoort. It's going to be great. Thank you all for joining us in the booth tonight. Thank you, Will, for co-hosting with me. That was fun. And Will said he'll try to stream the Open Series on Thursday. Is that correct?
That is indeed correct.
Okay, we'll try and see you guys on Thursday. I will not be there because I'll be at work. And any last comments before I hand the stream off to one of the other Twitch drivers?
Well, I'm sorry for Zach. He deserved both wins, but yeah, he just couldn't manage to keep it on the track.
Things happen. But Zach unfortunately hit the inside curb on turn 1 is what happened. So
yeah.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and host Fire Shoe 55. He's racing at Mount Panorama at nighttime. So watch him, give him a follow, tell him we all say hi, and we can't wait to see you guys again later in the week.
Hey, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you for hosting.
I forgot I can't host. I got a raid now, don't I?
See you next time.
Yep. Thank you all for being here and watching, and thank you for the follows earlier today and the subscriptions. And I'm gonna go ahead and hand the raid over right now.